Hey everybody, good afternoon. We are back and going to take a little bit of time to talk about Elvis Presley, the Searchers. You know, I alluded to in the headlines some stories trending over the last couple of days concerning that documentary and also the recent statements of his former wife Priscilla Presley talking about the possibility of the king of rock and roll actually taking his own life. One thing is for sure, this two-film, 3-hour documentary that debuts Saturday night at 8 o'clock on HBO is going to really show what the king was, a true icon in the music world, entertainment world. No one has ever had, I believe, as Eddie Murphy said many years ago, this man's presence. He was absolutely incredible. You know, what's amazing about Elvis, for those of us who really idolized him, and I did from the early 60s, and still do to this day, was the fact that every time he was on the big screen or on stage, he just always seemed to be in such control. And one of the things that really amazes me, when you think about the Aloha from Hawaii satellite concert that he did in the early 70s, never did he appear to be more together. But in reality, it truly was the beginning of a downward spiral that eventually would take his life on April the 16th, 1977, at the age of 42. This documentary is going to be key for people who really are just learning about Elvis today. Believe it or not, because some of the music that he has recorded in recent years via technology with the Royal Philharmonic, as a matter of fact, this documentary has 18 essential songs that you're definitely going to want to plug into. A lot of people are becoming the fans of a guy who came out of Tupelo, Mississippi, found his way to Memphis, and then, of course, to rock and roll history. The fact of the matter is this documentary is so essential, as I mentioned. Why? Because it begins with those early days, and yes, very poor days, with his family, his mother Gladys in Tupelo, Mississippi, and then how he made his way to Graceland. And obviously, after a short stint in the Army in the late 50s, he came back to take Hollywood by storm, became the highest paid actor in the country at that time, getting a remarkable $1 million a picture. And he just continued to record hit after hit after hit with RCA, the label that signed him, and he remained with until the time of his death. He was such rock royalty that everybody wanted to meet him, including the Fab Four, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, the Beatles, people in this documentary talking about him, the great Emmylou Harris, and many others. And of course, you've heard Bruce Springsteen talk about him many times as well. I don't think anybody who has ever picked up a guitar or wanted to, well, dare to dream to become a recording artist has not thought about Elvis Presley at one time or another. He truly did reshape music from that very first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show, but he continues to trend today. The only thing that I'm very sad is the fact that he never really got a chance to, well, grow old and to watch his beautiful daughter, Lisa Marie, grow into a beautiful young woman and a pretty talented entertainer in her own right. And I do commend Priscilla Presley for what she has been able to do with the brand, and they have done it very respectably. And I'm sure this will be done as respectably from the very early days to the final days. It is The Searcher, Elvis Presley, The Searcher. It debuts Saturday at 8 p.m. on HBO. And as I'm sure the king would have said, thank you very much. Still to this day, I don't think there's ever been a performer who loved his fans more and always gave them his best. Enjoy the day, and I hope you will watch the Elvis Presley, The Searchers documentary Saturday. And especially if you have young adults in your household or friends of the family, please tell them, because I believe that star that he shined so bright for many years will never shine with such intensity with any performer ever again. Truly one for the ages, Elvis Presley. Good afternoon.